Mike King, CTO of Halfaker and Associates. Welcome to the videocast.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Glad to be here.
Mike, we're really getting excited about Agile Leadership Camp 2018, and you're going to be one of our speakers. So why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your company?
Sure. Yeah, very excited to be part of that day. I think it's going to be a pretty impressive event. And so my background is kind of engineering, software engineering. Came out of an engineering school, went to Lockheed Martin, spent about 5 years there doing system engineering, software engineering, and then joined at the time a pretty small, fast-growing company, Halfaker and Associates, based here in Arlington, Virginia. And I've been there now for 10 years. It's been quite a whirlwind. And so we've grown from a small startup, kind of self-funded company, founded by a service-disabled veteran who has an impressive background and kind of started this great company. And over the last 10 years or so, we've grown to be over 350 people, doing a lot of software engineering, a lot of cloud architecture, cybersecurity, other IT kind of services for the federal government. All of our works with the federal government with a focus on VA, DoD, and kind of the health IT vertical. So a lot of work at FDA and growing some work in the DoD space. So it's been kind of a whirlwind. We were not founded by a serial entrepreneur. We haven't hired leaders who came out of, big MBA programs or kind of come from large enterprises. And so because of that, we've kind of had the joy of kind of figuring out how to build a company that scales. We've all been reading lots of business books and talking to lots of people and running into frameworks like CMMI and ISO 9001 and, ITIL, and just trying to steal all the best practices and best concepts from all those and merge them together into something that, we can keep up with as we just keep growing each year.
Yeah, I remember when I first met you, Mike, you were telling me that when Halfaker started, I think maybe you and Don shared an office and it was just 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I showed up and it was just a couple people. They handed me a laptop at 8 a.m. I was, I think, a proposal manager at 9 a.m. and a project manager by 10 a.m. And it's been a whirlwind since then. So we're a little bit more mature in how we onboard people and everything else. But yeah, it's been quite a ride.
One of the things I love about your company is how down to earth you guys are. I mean, when I come there, everybody's like super friendly and open-minded, and you hire great people. And I notice you change titles depending on what work needs to be done. CIO, CTO, you've had a number of different roles.
Had a number of roles. I like to joke that I've had more job titles than anyone else at Halfaker. So yeah, it's certainly been quite a ride. Certainly, it's fun to look back at the old brochures and old business cards. And I think to your point too, I think we value a lot of kind of hiring, not just for professional experience or expertise, but also kind of that culture fit around, are you humble? Are you collaborative? Because I think there are very different personality traits that you can kind of flourish in other companies. But I think, Halfaker has built a model around, let's be team players. Let's make sure that we all remember that we're serving our kind of customers. And if you don't want to be in that kind of humble, collaborative service model, then we're probably in the wrong industry for you.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think of you as one of Washington's leading Agile chief information officers, and I think you really have that down. So I know you're going to talk to our group for about 10 minutes on a lightning talk, and I wonder if you just share with us just a couple of key points that you're going to be talking about.
Sure. Yeah, certainly. Well, I think that the Halfaker story is interesting, so I'm going to try to squeeze that in the first, 2 or 3 minutes, and then with my remaining time, I'm going to try to talk a little bit about kind of our recent shift where we're trying to really, I guess, do 2 things at once. We're trying to, one, decentralize decision making and really empower our teams to kind of scale and make good engineering decisions. Obviously, there's a whole world of project management and agile management, but there's also a whole world around how do you make good engineering decisions, good trade-offs? Is that the right technology stack? Are you doing unit testing well? Let's talk about CI/CD. So that whole world, but we want to decentralize those, but also kind of try to find a way to help monitor the risk, right? It's easy to accumulate technical debt. It's easy to make bad decisions when you're feeling pressure and the schedule is kind of coming at you pretty fast. And so trying to find a way to build this framework that allows teams to kind of self-assess like maturity and risk. So get that out to the teams, let them kind of refine that model so that everyone can kind of, all of our project teams right now, we have about 45 or 50 active contracts. And so how do each of those different contracts help each other kind of build a better engineering maturity model? And then how do we, enable teams to kind of use that to say, okay, well, this is what we should be working on next. Our testing isn't the best, or our business analysis isn't the best. So just trying to get that out and help the company scale. Because obviously, as we continue to grow, there's only a couple people at the top of the organization, and we're trying to get better at not having us be bottlenecks or, kind of working 24 hours a day.
Wow, great. Well, it sounds like a great talk. There's going to be 10 other speakers talking about some pretty cool stuff, and we're really looking forward to having you.
Oh, well, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I'm really excited about the event, so it should be good. I'm excited to hear what some of the other speakers have to say.
Cool. Well, Mike King, CTO of Halfaker. We're talking to you from our Florida Keys headquarters.
I'm jealous. Yeah.
It's a burning 68 degrees.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Washington is today, I'm sure.